shedding 6 times. What's going on, Hard Gang? How's everybody doing today? Welcome to another edition of Shoot At Me Mondays here on our Shot At 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel. As you know, I'm your host, Marcus. Please be sure to shoot this stream a like. Give this stream a like. Support is greatly appreciated. Any new viewers, please be sure to shoot this channel a like and subscribe. I'd love for you to join this community. And as you guys know, every Monday I go live, maybe for like an hour, anywhere from an hour to 2 hours. Just to bust it up with you guys, get some content out there and answer you guys' questions on anything horror related, any questions you guys might have. You know what I mean? You want to ask me whatever franchise or whatever, I'll answer them to my best of the ability that I can, whatnot. So yeah, that's basically what Shoot At Me Mondays is about. It's basically you guys hit the comment section, you guys ask whatever questions that you might have, whatever franchise you guys want to talk about. You guys shoot at me and I'll do my best to answer your questions and definitely give you my thoughts on your theories and opinions as well. I mean, so once again, guys, be sure to shoot that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are a new viewer to this channel. Support is greatly, greatly appreciated, you guys. Set this man up here. I'm not going to lie. Before I get into any type of conversation, we're going to wait till some people show up here in the chat and stuff like that. And I'm going to indulge. It's a beautiful day outside today. And by the way, everybody, happy Memorial Day. I hope everybody's having a great time with their friends, their family. You know what I mean? Cooking out. Make sure you show love to the military community. You know what I mean? Especially this is their day. As I said it on last night's stream, without these people, we don't have a safe country. Takes a special kind of human being to sacrifice their life for human beings they don't even know, to protect everybody in this country. So show love to the military community. This is their day for sure. Tell you one thing, I'm excited for that new It TV series for sure. I think that's going to be fascinating. Especially I'm not sure, I'll have to look it up, but if Bill Skarsgård is going to be playing Pennywise, I think that would be a great move. There we go. Yeah, it looks a lot better. Oh man. Yeah, sorry about the delay, guys. You know what I mean? Wanted to come outside today. It's a beautiful day outside. Didn't want to be cooped up in the house. Decided to take the stream outside, enjoy the weather. A lot of you guys are probably like, "Well, how are you outside? If you got the green screen up." I have ways. I know how to finagle things. You know what I mean? I know how to get around certain. I know how to make certain loopholes for myself. It is so beautiful out today. Like it's not too hot. It's not too hot out. Not too humid. It's just right. This is the type of weather that I like. I don't like summer weather. I don't like too hot. Like I don't like 90-degree. Anything over 85, I can't do it. I can't stand it. It's annoying to me. If we're going, anywhere between let's say 65 to 80 degrees, yeah, that's my type of weather. Definitely. Oh man. I'm gonna end up dropping a video later about a Screen Rant article I read about kind of do want to talk about it here on the stream or whatever, pertaining to Stu Macher's return in Scream 6. It's a really fascinating article, you know what I mean? And I mean, we've had discussions on this channel, on Craving Something Scary's channel and stuff like that about this. We all believe that Stu is going to be coming back in Scream 7, but this article actually makes some pretty valid, makes a pretty valid case as to why we should and can bring Stu back in Scream 6 and why it might actually make more sense to bring him back in 6, maybe as opposed to 7. I'm going to touch on that here in a little bit. Speaking of which, though, while we're just getting everything started or whatnot, I'm going to see if there's any breaking news. I haven't been able to get on top of any breaking news in terms of like any Scream 6 breaking news, anything like in terms of any news for horror movies or whatever so far today. It was up to like 2:30, 3 o'clock last night doing a stream with Bob. Went to bed immediately, but then I woke right back up at like 6:30, 7 o'clock. So I barely even got any sleep. You know what I mean? Decided to hurry up, put this stream together, earlier and stuff. And then I went and took me a nap, just to catch up on some sleep. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was feeling pretty damn tired. And I hate that. I don't like feeling tired. I like to feel energized. But I feel better now. I feel a lot better than I did, early this morning. See if we got any Scream 6 casting updates. Yeah, this was posted yesterday, so let's see if we got anything. Okay, this article was made yesterday. Okay, so this isn't an article, anything new. Like the article was updated yesterday, but this isn't like anything new on Scream 6 that we don't already know. So, and they're really keeping that nip tuck, aren't they? That Scream 6 cast list. They're not trying to let anything out. I get it. It's a smart move. You know what I mean? Especially how with Scream 5, you had, the post of Skeet Ulrich, being tagged, he was tagged in a Twitter post, Heather Mazzarato, who plays Martha Meeks. So being that they did have those casting kind of leaks, for Scream 5, I can see why they're like locking it down in terms of not letting the entire cast be revealed. Oh, man. See if we got any more updates, anything else. You know what? I want to see something. Oh, hold up. Oh, I'm kind of glad that I did look this up. So when was this? When was this update? Oh, so when was this made? I'll have to. Okay, JoeBlow.com. Let me check this out. When was this article made? It's way old. Way old. This is 2005 old. I don't need that. Man. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna read this article right here from Don Coscarelli, who I believe is the creator of Phantasm. I just got on this whole kick of wanting to look up what potential remakes could be happening in Phantasm. You guys know I've mentioned I've just Phantasm remake. I mean, so decided to give it a look up. I haven't decided to look it up and see if anything was going to be coming about a possible remake or whatever. And from reading right now, it seems like a lot of the talk for a remake started way back in 2005, and the last article I see here is from March 11th, 2016, so 6 years ago, and yeah, there's I guess it's still like made and it's still being in works. Yeah, it's a long ass time for a movie to be working on a comeback like that. Like I'd have to think that the creator, or director would have probably had too many other projects up and maybe didn't have a script or a plan ready yet or whatever and stuff like that. But man, it's 2022 and they started talking about a Phantasm remake all the way back in 2005. So kind of doesn't make me optimistic that we'll ever get a new Phantasm. I mean, it's taken 17 years to get an official remake, at least from what that says. Unless, I mean, I'm sure sci-fi, maybe they did their own type of remake to Phantasm. I'm not sure. If not, you guys can correct me on that. But yeah, I would really like to see a Phantasm remake. But it's from what I'm reading here in this Wicked Horror article, it's looking like they've had plans to remake Phantasm all the ways as far back as 2005, and 2016 was the last update we got, and it's not looking too good. Like it says, New Line was attempting to reboot the property for modern audiences, but after a lot of false starts, it began to appear that the project was going nowhere fast. Today, everyone on the head got an update on the status of the Redux franchise creator Don Coscarelli. Head past the break to hear what he had to say or whatnot. So yeah, basically what I assumed. A lot of restarts, a lot of start finish. Like they haven't been able to get Phantasm remake off the ground, and it's been dated back since 2005 that they wanted to do this remake, and they still, as of 2016, which was 11 years after the fact, and it's 2022 now. They still, the creator Don Coscarelli, he still unfortunately, hasn't been able to put it together and stuff like that. Hopefully he does, and we do get a potential Phantasm remake because I would really love to see that, especially in today's modern time with today's like special effects and technology. That would be so badass. Really hope we get a Phantasm remake. See, we got two people who showed up here. What's going on, guys? Got two comments in the chats. Conrad, what's going on, buddy? How you doing, man? Happy Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day, my friend. It's a beautiful day. I'm outside right now. I set my green screen up outside, out in my backyard and stuff like that, or whatever. But I just it's too beautiful outside, out in my parts to not want to sit outside and live stream or do anything. So I was like, you know what, we're going to delay the show, you know what I mean, about a good 30, 45 minutes or whatever and stuff. And then, go live outside and stuff like that and just enjoy this weather and enjoy the time. Okay. What horror movie do you think should get a remake? Oh, it's funny because I was just talking about Phantasm before for you and anybody came up in the chat, Conrad. I just decided, to go on line and check out Phantasm and see if there was any word, you know what I mean, any news as, any remakes or, sequels coming out or whatever and stuff like that. And as I was just saying, all the way back to 2005, Don Coscarelli, the creator of Phantasm, has been trying to get a remake done, and it's just a lot of false starts, and just it hasn't worked out, unfortunately. So that's 17 years ago, and the last update we got was from 2016. So I don't think we're going to get a Phantasm remake anytime soon, unfortunately. But if there was any movie that I would want to, a horror movie that I'd want to see remade, it would be Phantasm. I love Phantasm. The Tall Man was amazing. Like, I mean, that movie is so good and so creepy, especially the original one. And then the score and the special effects, like everything was so well done. So if if I'd have to remake, if I'd ask for a remake in modern day, an old school horror movie, it would be Phantasm. Given the special effects, how today's technology works, I think that, oh man, I want to watch a new Phantasm movie in IMAX and real 3D. Like that would be badass. I mean, so that's for me, Conrad. That's what I'm going with. You flick my bic. Conrad says, I'm going for a walk outside and listen to the stream at the same time. I appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, it's too beautiful. I don't know what it's looking like down in your parts, Conrad, but I can honestly, in my parts, it's just too damn beautiful to be inside. It is. It's really, really nice out. It's a really nice day out. And I said, you know what? Let's switch it up. Take the stream outside. Set everything up outside. You know what I mean? And just enjoy this weather, man. Like it's fucking beautiful out. It's so warm out. Not like I said, not too hot, and the humidity is not a factor. You know what I mean? Because if the humidity was a factor, I would not be out here. I can't do humidity. I sweat profusely. It just as soon as that humidity touches my skin, all hell breaks loose. So it's like no. I mean, but there's no humidity is not a factor. You know what I mean? It's really, really beautiful out here, and I'm really feeling the vibe I'm getting from being outside and streaming right now. Really feeling that vibe. Speaking of vibe, let me. I wanted to then do this, and it slipped my mind because obviously I'm not used to having this feature, you know, at all in StreamYard. But obviously this is a newer feature, background music and all that stuff. So put some background music on, set a tone, set a nice little tone. Sets the mood right. But yeah, definitely, Conrad. I would love to see Phantasm, man. Like I love that franchise. I love that original one. I think is just like I said, so well done, and I just really want to see it in today's modern time with that technology that we have today. I think that it would be really, really fun remake. I really do, especially if it's done correctly, and if the original creator of the franchise, Don Coscarelli, is the one doing it. I don't want a debacle where it's recreated. I don't mind it, but it's like how it's 50 creators trying to remake or redo an old school horror franchise. It's kind of like it's a 50-50 it's a 50-50 gamble. You don't know what you're going to get. Oh hell yeah, yeah. Thank you, Conrad. Definitely. Yeah, I was tinkering with it earlier this morning and stuff because I went to go actually look up and see if I could actually add my own type of music. You know what I mean? Like a playlist. You know what I mean on here. And StreamYard doesn't allow that feature yet. They only allow the background music that they have. So I was just going through each and every one of them, and actually, like all of them aren't bad actually and stuff. But this one is called Lofty or whatever and stuff. I don't know. I like this one. You know what I mean? It's got a nice little smooth sound to it. Smooth sound for sure. You going to any functions today, Conrad? Going to any cookouts or anything like that? Or are you cooking out on the grill yourself? What do you got planned for today, for Memorial Day? Might end up later on going to stop by my friends or my cousin's house, check them out, see how everybody's doing and stuff like that. Oh man, I was sitting here thinking, what also could use a reboot, and I really hope they would throw the money at him for him to come back because he's still alive and he's still, very capable of playing the part. I would love to see a Leprechaun reboot, and you bring you got a remake, or you bring Warwick Davis back. Now, don't get me wrong. I liked Lyndon Porso. I thought Lyndon Porso did a really, really good job in the sci-fi remake that they did a couple years back. Thought he did actually a really fantastic job, portraying, that character. And you always, dread somebody new playing an iconic horror movie villain and stuff like that. And that's how I went into that. And I actually was really, really impressed with how Lyndon Porso played the Leprechaun part. Is he more Warwick Davis? No, but he was really, really good, for that Leprechaun role. However, I would really like to see Warwick Davis come back, and I would like to see somebody offer him a script, offer him a lot of money to come back and do it, and we'd get a Leprechaun reboot. You know what I mean? Because the original Leprechaun is classic. Like all the other ones, kind of cheesy and all that stuff. And don't get me wrong, actually I liked them. I really like Leprechaun 3. You know what I mean? When he's in Vegas and stuff like that. Yeah, I enjoyed that one a lot. But then you'd have him go to space and then in the hood and yeah, the in the hood ones were funny, but it was just like I would really like to see them bring back Warwick Davis. Yeah, I mean, bring back Warwick Davis and I mean, see what we got. See what we can do. You know what I mean? Throw some money at them and see if we can get a good budget. You know what I mean? And see if we can make restart this thing all over. I will say this. I don't get me wrong. I love the comedic side of Leprechaun. I love how he is funny in his own way. However, I would like to see if they were to ever bring Warwick Davis back. I would kind of like it to be like a new nightmarish type of vibe to where Leprechaun's more dark. You know what I mean? He's more vicious. I would like that. You know what I mean? I would like that a lot. But I would like Warwick Davis to come back. I really, really would. Big fan of Warwick Davis. Would really like to see him back as Leprechaun. Nothing against Lyndon Porso. Again, I thought he did a really great job filling in that role, but he's not Warwick Davis. And I just feel like Warwick Davis has a lot left in the tank to still want to do this franchise. And even if you're not going to do a full trilogy or whatever, even if it's just a one-off, I feel like Warwick Davis still has enough to give to at least give us a one-off in terms of a remake, in terms of the Leprechaun. I mean, but I would really like to see. I would really like to see that. I would really like to see a Leprechaun remake. Love the original Leprechaun. Nice, nice, Conrad. I'm doing a cookout here at the house. Hot dogs, burgers, bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's my type of shit right there. That's my type of shit for sure. Um, and meat on the grill today. I know that's right, man. Hey, that's right. Fire that bad boy up, man. That sounds phenomenal, especially that bacon wrapped jalapeno popper. That sounds quite amazing, sir. Sounds really amazing. Of course, the faux cause of being outside is you got to deal with gnats trying to fly by you. In the Hood was fine, but it's just there for me. Yeah, that's how I take the whole In the Hood, spin-offs or whatever you want to call them. They were just there for me too. Like, don't get me wrong, they had its moments. It had some funny moments and stuff like that, but it just eh, not really good movies. And definitely, I mean, and kudos to Warwick Davis for wanting to return for those movies. You know what I mean? That just comes to show how much the Leprechaun character meant to him. You know what I mean? Because he didn't have to come back, for those movies, especially how outlandish, you know, Leprechaun in the Hood sounds. You know what I mean? But credit to him, he kept the ball rolling, and he wanted to keep doing them, and he went through with it. So kudos to him, and that's why I want to see him back. That's why I want to see him back in a more darker, newer remake, newer look on that first one, or whatever, or give us a completely different story, but give us a darker Leprechaun. You know what I mean? Yeah, Conrad. I think Christopher Nolan should direct a horror movie. Your thoughts? I like that thought. Christopher Nolan, he would make a really good horror movie director because if you watch the Dark Knight movies, especially if you watch Dark Knight with Heath Ledger playing Joker, that was really well written. Like he's a really fantastic writer, and I think in terms of storytelling, he would be a perfect fit for a horror movie. What horror movie? I don't know. It'd have to be something with an extensive storyline. Maybe a Saw film. I mean, just because how deep they get into storytelling, maybe something like that. Uh, you know, maybe a rehashing or another reboot of When the Stranger Calls. Given how 2006 versions was completely asinine, maybe we can see him take on that. I wouldn't be opposed to that. Either way, I like Christopher Nolan to direct a horror movie. I think he could pull it off. I think he could pull it off for sure. Yeah, exactly. He just loves the character. Respect to him for that. Kind of like Donald Pleasance in Halloween. Absolutely, absolutely. I always said that too. Especially Donald Pleasance went on record saying how rubbish 5 and 6 of Halloween was, but yet he still decided to come back and do those movies. That's a testament to that actor right there. You know what I mean? Like, even though they know it's not, the franchise may not be heading in a good direction, they have so much love and dedication to that character that they're playing that they're willing to look past all that and still give us a very solid performance, and at least make those movies salvageable to watch because of their characters. I always tell people this. I don't care much for Halloween 5, 6. A lot of us fans don't. I still can watch it till this day based solely on Donald Pleasance being in those movies. Some of these tabs out of here. Left some of these tabs open. It can cause a lag. It's not good. I would like that. something, maybe something he in his own, something of his own that he created. I wouldn't be against that at all. You know, and we always talk about these directors, making their own type of horror movie. So, yeah, he could do that. I could see him making a character if he were to direct his own horror movie and put like this note. It's not like Saw or any already established franchise or whatever. Well, let me let this lag get through. There we go. But it's not like it doesn't have to be an established franchise. He could easily do his own franchise, and I could see him being the type of guy who would where the antagonist is really like psychological and philosophical. You know what I mean? I can really see that him having that type of character as the main antagonist in his horror movie. Kind of like how Heath Ledger was as the Joker in The Dark Knight. I would like that. I would like that a lot. Good call, Conrad. Good call. Christopher Nolan is a really good director. Really like him. And I think he would fit so well in the horror genre. I'm surprised he has. I'm surprised he hasn't done one. I mean, especially with how well he did with The Dark Knight, in The Dark Knight Rises, definitely see Christopher Nolan directing a horror movie. Oh, the wind's blowing my green screen. I see it messing up, you guys. Ooh, it's them ghosts. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he absolutely, yeah, he did. Really? I didn't see that, Conrad. The only comments I'm seeing so far is from you. I do see that there's two people watching. I do see that there's two people watching, but if it is Devontae, he hasn't said anything yet. So I'll let him keep watching. We're having a good conversation here, Conrad. So we're doing our thing. You already know if you see anything out of pocket, or if I see anything out of pocket, we're going to take care of it. But yes, Donald Pleasant's definitely called 5 rubbish. Absolutely. But he's still, like I said, he still was so dedicated to that character of Dr. Loomis that he was like, you know what? Let me take this money, make this good money, and let me come back because I love this character so much. I mean, that's why I love Donald Pleasant. So like I said, that, in my opinion, the Halloween franchise doesn't survive without Donald Pleasant's carrying 4, 5, 6. Like he doesn't, or even 2, even number 2. Yeah. He would excel. Yeah, he would excel at it, kind of like how Stanley Kubrick did in The Shining. Yeah, absolutely. I like that analogy. I like that reference. I should say. Yeah, I can definitely see that for sure. Definitely. Christopher Nolan. He's really good. I like him. I'm surprised he hasn't made a horror movie yet. Hopefully down the line we get one, and hopefully it's his own. You know what I mean? I know when people go back and watch this stream, they're going to be laughing because they're going to just be seeing certain instances of me like catching, like trying to swat these damn, mosquitoes and shit away. So, real quick, let me think here. Do you think we could possibly get a Stab TV series? I have a weird feeling. I have a really weird feeling that they're going to try to do a real life Stab TV series. I just have this really weird feeling. And if they do, you know what I mean? What do you think it should be based around? Like, do you think it should be based around the Scream movies, like, and stuff, or do you think it should be based off something completely different? Because I feel like if they're going to do that, you know what I mean? If they were to do a real life like Stab TV series, I would want it to be its own story separate from the movies. Yeah, I wouldn't want it to be, following, picking up from the Scream franchise, you know what I mean? Or, retconning, what the Scream franchise did or whatever and all that stuff. You know what I mean? I would want it to be its own new story. I would want it to kind of be like its own separate franchise. Let me know what you think about that, Conrad. I mean, I'm being that it is up to date and more modern. Being that it is up to date and more modern, the storyline, following the Carpenter family, I could get behind that. But at the same time, I feel like you would have to name it Scream. You know what I mean? Like it wouldn't be Stab, in my opinion. It wouldn't be Stab. You know what I mean? You would have to name it like Scream the TV series all over again, because the Carpenters are in the Scream timeline. If they were to do a Stab, if they were to do a spin-off of Scream and make a Stab TV series, kind of like what they did with Scream the TV series, I would want it to have almost no mention to the Scream franchise, the movies, at all. I'd want it to be its own entity. I'd want it to be its own entity because then you could have so much more fun with it, in my opinion. You could have so much more fun with that. You know what I mean? Because then there's no expectations going in. You know what I mean? If you make it to where it's following a story from the Scream franchise, we're going to have certain expectations set as to what we want to see. If you're going to just have your own story and just make it your own entity, we're not going to know what to expect, which makes it, in my opinion, a lot more fun. Makes it a lot more fun. I don't want any expectations if they were to do that. I don't want to sit there and have to, okay, well, what I mean is, okay, so what if they were to base it around the Carpenter family or whatever? Okay, well, we would have to obviously see the diaries, the scene with the diaries. We'd have to see the, maybe some of the parts of Sam's 5-year time gap when she was away from Woodsboro. We'd have to see so many things, in my opinion, take place. And I wouldn't want that if you're going to do a Stab spin-off to Scream. If it's supposed to be a spin-off, let it be a spin-off. Let it be its own complete entity. You know what I mean? But I have a feeling they're going to do that. I don't know why. I just do. I know aren't they working on like a whole new like Scream TV series that is related to like the movies and stuff like that? Like, I guess supposed to be following like Vince Mocker or something like that. I read something like that or whatever and stuff. Like, I don't know how I feel about that. Wes was supposed to direct some episodes in Scream TV series, but he passed away. That would have been really great. Yeah, it really would have been. It really would have been. But what Wes would have still did was he would have kept it to where that show had nothing to do with his movies. Maybe he would have sprinkled in some like little reference if he did direct some of those episodes. But Wes being Wes and how creative he is and how fresh that storyline was and that how it differed from the Scream franchise as a whole, I think that he would have definitely still kept with the overall tone of what Scream the TV series was. But that really would have been nice to get Wes to direct a couple of those episodes for sure. That would have been nice. Would have been a nice sending off for sure for him. Yeah, I would name it Stab, not Scream. Yeah, exactly. Like, and if you're going to name it Stab, I can't have any ties, in my opinion, to the movies, to the Scream movies. You have to make it its own entity. You have to make it its own story. Oh, I agree, comrade. I do. I do. Now, I mean, maybe that's why they're going to do the TV series. Maybe in 6 we get more mention of Vince, or maybe even a flashback or something. I mean, especially if Leslie Mocker is supposed to be in this movie. That can definitely happen and not be out of the question. But I agree with you. Vince should have definitely got more character development. Just the fact that they only had him in a couple scenes. Then it's like, oh hey, this is Stu Macher's nephew. It's like, oh, what the fuck? Well, what? Why wasn't he more involved? And stuff like that. Like, in my opinion, and I guess they didn't want to make him involved more because then he would be an obvious red herring, and he could have obviously been a killer given his last name. And if you watch that bar scene, he actually had some Stu in him. You know what I mean? When he pulls the knife on Chad or whatever. But I still think it was a missed opportunity because you could have had this build the whole movie as to him being this red herring, this massive red herring, given that he is the nephew of one of the original killers, and it would have tied in with Samantha being Billy's daughter. And I just feel like they really missed a really incredible opportunity with that. In all honesty, I feel like that I agree with that. They definitely should have gave him a lot more character development. I'd say in all honesty, he should have made it to this next film. He should have been a massive red herring, but he should have survived. Because it would have been too easy to make Vince the killer. You know what I mean? Because he's a mocker. It would have been way more fascinating and way more intriguing if you would have had him play this entire movie, be this massive red herring, but then at the end, obviously it's Amber and Richie, and then you get Vince back in Scream 6. Then you can parlay with the notion of wanting to kill that character off. But I agree. I agree 1,000%. Vince should have definitely got far more character development. As I said, he should have been in this entire Scream 5 movie. Now, I will say this, though. Right? Okay. And this is just a wild theory I have. Could not obviously be true. Most likely isn't true. You know what I mean? But what if Vince isn't really dead, and that whole scene where he gets poked in the neck, what if that was like, how can I say this? What if that was kind of like a callback to when Billy got stabbed and we thought he was dead, and then obviously it was like corn syrup or some type of special effect, some type of makeup? And I don't think that's impossible to think, because remember, Richie and Amber are trying to make their own movie. What if they did get Vince involved, being that he's a mocker? You know what I mean? And what if later on we get a reveal that Vince is alive and he's kind of a mastermind in his own right? You know what I mean? Being that he is a mocker. Especially, what if we don't get Stu? What if that could work? You know what I mean? As much as I want Stu, I'm not saying I want that as a replacement for Stu coming back. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying, what if we don't get Stu? You know what I mean? But we get this reveal that whole Vince death scene wasn't a real death scene, and that was just part of the plan to make it, to throw suspicion off of Vince because he is a mocker. And here, this whole time, he still is alive and he's working behind the scenes. That could have easily, yeah, Conrad, yeah. Like, no, you're not an idiot, buddy. You know what I mean? And stuff. We all, shit. When somebody's trying to make a point to me and I don't catch it right away and stuff like that, it might take me a second, but it'll get there. It happens. You know what I mean? That don't make you an idiot. You're just trying to process the point I'm trying to make and what I'm trying to say. But put your comment here on the screen. Yeah, that could be a possible fake out. I'm not inclined to believe that that's not a possibility. Like, I'm more inclined to believe that is a possibility, because, like I said, they were trying to go to great lengths to make this their own movie. And remember, new source material. What if that fake out is part of the new source material? You know what I mean? Like that kill, because we've never seen a kill quite like that in Scream franchise, where you just see the killer just roll up behind somebody and just poke him in the neck real quick, and then they bleed out profusely. You know what I mean? We never seen that type of kill in the Scream franchise at all. So that easily could have been a fake out. You know what I mean? New source material, something we haven't seen before. That type of kill, poke in the neck. You know what I mean? So it's it's an incredible theory I have. I know it's unlikely, but I'm optimistic that it could work, and it's a possibility. You know what I mean? I just have a weird feel that whole Vince death scene just didn't sit well with me. It didn't feel authentic to me. It just didn't. It really didn't feel authentic to me. It really didn't. But yes, Conrad, that is a real big possibility, in my opinion. I think that's one of, that's a sneaky possibility that nobody is talking about. You know what I mean? Because I know that death scene of Vince's didn't sit well with a lot of people in the community and stuff like that. But I don't know. Maybe I just see it from a different perspective. But there's something, it didn't sit well with me enough to where I really had to put things into perspective, especially when I rewatched the ending of Scream 5 and listened to the dialogue. And I'm just like, that scene could have easily been a scene of source material. And that could have easily been a fake out scene. Easily been a fake out scene. Because my thing is this, where was everybody else at? You know what I mean? You mean to tell me they all just decided to, like break up and go home after the whole altercation? I mean, they were told to leave, but I don't know. I just kind of feel like they were still all in the midst of hanging out. So I kind of feel like they would have been like, hey, let's go meet up somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Just that scene just didn't seem authentic to me at all. Did not seem like a legit death scene. Seemed so much like a fake out. So we'll see though. I could be wrong. You know what I mean? And it's definitely going to be interesting to see if they are going to do this TV series or, whatever, following the Vince Mocker character. That's going to be really interesting if they do go through with that. For sure. That is very, very, very true. Yes. That is very true. They didn't show the entire death scene. We didn't see any ambulance pick him up. Yep, that's true. You know what I mean? Where are the documents? Like, Judy didn't talk much about it. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? And for all we know, when they cut the scene, when they cut to the next scene, when obviously after the killer wipes the blade and it cuts off from Vince bleeding out or whatnot. But sorry about that, but yeah, on whatnot. Like, yeah, we didn't see any ambulance, we didn't see any documents. You know what I mean? So it's not impossible to think that, let's just say when that scene cut, what if obviously Vince gets up and takes whatever prosthetic he has on with the fake blood or whatever, and then they obviously leave and go do whatever. That's not impossible to think. It's not impossible to think at all. Because, like you said, we did not get an ambulance scene. Judy hardly mentioned anything of it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just like, yep, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, and let's say if they was really trying to make their own movie, who's to say they didn't invest in like props or something like that? Now, granted, obviously down the road that would obviously be found out. That might even be a little far fetched, but I just feel like that wasn't a legit death scene. I don't know why. Something does not sit well with me about Vince's death in Scream 5. And I think it's a possibility that is a fake out scene. That could be a fake out. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. Absolutely, I could be wrong. But I have a feeling that that scene was a fake out. I just don't know why. You know what I mean? It just did not sit well with me. Did not sit well with me at all, especially given the lack of character development that we got from Vince. And that could have been an easy way. Let's say if Vince was involved this whole time, that could have been a real easy way to get all suspicion off of him. Easy. Quick kill him off, make it look like we killed him off. So now we can't say Vince is part of it. You know what I mean? So definitely an interesting theory I have, and we'll see. We'll see what happens with more news that we get. And when, the plot and the synopsis comes out, we'll see. We have a lot of time between now and the movie, so it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. It's going to be interesting to see what direction they go, for sure. I said it before. I just really hope in this movie we get a lot of Christina Carpenter. I really do. I feel like if they don't have a lot of Christina Carpenter in this movie, it will not only be a missed opportunity in terms of story arc wise, it would kind of make Scream 5 look bad and make Scream 6 look even worse, in my opinion. You have to have Christina Carpenter be heavily involved in this movie. You would think since his name was Mocker, he would have gotten a bigger character arc. See, and that's and I think the reason why they did that is because it would have been too obvious. If they would have introduced him as Vince Mocker and he was part of the group, we all would have been so suspicious of him because he is a Mocker. So in order to get different and avoid all suspicion of Vince, why not kill him off early? You know what I mean? Especially if he is, let's just say he is still alive. Even Stu's alive and he's working with his uncle. You know what I mean? Behind the scenes and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You wouldn't want him to be that big of a red herring because it would just be too obvious. He'd be the most obvious red herring out of everybody. Other than Sam. Him and Sam would have been the two most obvious red herrings in the movie. And I think in order to get different, that's why they did what they did. However, the way they did it kind of leaves the door open for possibility that was a fake out, in my opinion. I do think he should have got bigger character development. I would have liked to see him as this massive red herring. It doesn't matter how obvious it would have been. Like I said, I wanted him to be a massive red herring, and then in the end, we found out he's not the killer. That would have worked. They could have made it that way, but they decided to go the way with, okay, if we keep him in this movie, he's obviously going to be probably the number one suspect because of his last name outside of Sam. We have to differentiate, and we just have to kill this character off early to make it different, to avoid all suspicion off of him. So that's the direction they took. I personally think, if it was me, I would have went the direction of capitalizing on that massive red herring opportunity, just to reveal in the end, hey, it wasn't what we thought. It's not Vince. He's not the killer. That would have been a nice twist in itself, because so many people would have been expecting Vince to be the killer. But we'll see. We'll definitely see, Conrad. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. It's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens and what direction they're going to take, and maybe we'll see if that was a fake out or not. We never know. A lot of time left. I will say this, man. We got 4 days left till filming shoots, and that cast list ain't out yet, and there's been no word of Nev or Courtney, and I don't know, man. I'm starting to really think we're not going to get either one of them in this movie. You know what I mean? And if that's the case, as crazy as it sounds, I really like it because now this lets us give Radio Silence the opportunity to be completely different and put their own imprint on this movie. Yes, Kirby's going to be back. You know what I mean? So you still get that nice little nostalgic character from the from the original, from the original part of the franchise. A legacy character. But this allows them to create more character development on the core four and possibly other characters if you do leave out Gale Weathers and Cindy Prescott in this movie. Because somebody's got to make up for that story in that runtime. This would be a perfect opportunity to build Samantha's character. I always say, I feel like they positioned her to look like a mastermind killer in Scream 5. If that is not the case, and if we find out that, she's, really just a victim, and she's the real final girl of this new trilogy as in the franchise, then you have to build such a strong character in Scream 6 that makes people like me who question how she found Dewey, even though she's been gone for 5 years but didn't know where Stu Macher's house was. Why was her character, when it comes to emotion, looking so fake and sounding so fake, etc., etc. You have to build this character to look so much like a final girl that you make me forget about even wanting to ask those questions that I have from Scream 5. If they don't, in Scream 6, it's going to be for Samantha's character anyway, it's going to be a real rough sledding going into 7. They have to nail the Samantha Carpenter character in Scream 6, in my opinion, because they positioned her to look too much like a killer. And if that's not going to be the case, you have to rectify that. You do. Otherwise, the dialogue in Scream 5 that we got, and the fact that after 5 years of being away from Woodsboro, she had no clue where Stu Macher lived. Yet she knew everything about the Stab franchise, knew everything about her dad. She didn't know where Stu lived, but she knew where to find Dewey. Like, you have to do something with this character in Scream 6 that is so powerful and so convincing that she is the final girl. You have to do something and build this character so strong in that point of view that I'm not even going to go back and ask those questions that I had from Scream 5 when it came to Sam's character. They have to do that in Scream 6. And I think if you leave both Courtney and Nev out of this movie, that sets it up for a tremendous amount of character development for not only Samantha Carpenter, but everybody else, including Christina Carpenter. And that obviously would allow Radio Silence to be very, very different. And that would allow them to have their blueprint on this movie. But they have to nail the Samantha Carpenter character in 6. They have to. Because, in my opinion, they made her look too much like a red herring. She did not come off as the final girl, in my opinion. You know what I mean? There's too many clues that point to her being a mastermind. And I've done videos about it. I'm not going to go into my spew. You know what I mean? But they have to in 6. If Nev and Courtney's not in this movie, you have to use a lot of that character development on Samantha Carpenter. And you have to drive home the fact that she is the new Cindy Prescott in this new trilogy. You have to. Stu Macher calling Cindy at the end of Scream 6 needs to happen. It's funny you brought that up, Conrad, because I'm gonna do a video later after the stream. I'm gonna let my voice kind of, because I'm kind of starting to feel my voice is kind of getting a little bit away from me a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm going to let my voice clear up over the next couple hours and stuff like that. And later on in the evening, I want to probably say around 6, 7 o'clock ish. You know what I mean? I'm going to have a video uploaded about an article from Screen Rant. Oh, shit. Bumblebee, not fucking with that. I don't like those. Anyway, yeah. So I have this video that I want to upload later that I want to put together and stuff. It's an article from Screen Rant, and it's a really interesting article, and I think they make a really interesting and compelling case for us to get Stu back in Scream 6 as opposed to waiting for Scream 7. And I think that I have an idea, even if it's just a quick cameo from Cindy on a possible ending scene if they were to bring Stu back in Scream 6, because you have to have Neve back. You have to. You have to have Neve back, obviously. You know what I mean? If Stu's going to be in Scream 6. So I'm going to upload a video later. You know what I mean? I'm going to put it together, you know what I mean, over the next couple hours. Talking about what, I think about that article. And, I think it's going to be very interesting. Uh-oh, having a little laggy issues. Sorry, give me a second. All right, we're back to normal. So somewhat normalcy. But yeah, I like the article by Screen Rant. I'll talk about it later in the video. I'll put the plug in there as to who wrote the article. But yeah, I like their idea for Stu coming back in Scream 6. I think it does make sense. I'll definitely talk about it later in that video for sure. You know what I mean? And I'll talk about how Cindy would fit in at the end of Scream 6 with Stu. I'll talk about it then. Carrie Crave Cinema. Wait, what's going on, girl? How you doing? Thank you for stopping in. Hey, I'm about to go into work. Just saying hello, go see. Oh, I appreciate it, Carrie. Happy Memorial Day to you as well. And thank you, Carrie, for pressing that like button. I greatly appreciate that. Damn that. I am outside streaming today. It's very, very beautiful out. So I decided to come outside and stream. And you're probably wondering, well, how the hell is he streaming outside if he's got his green screen up? It's because I know how to finagle you guys. You know what I mean? I know how to work, I know how to work with my surroundings. You know what I mean? So we're streaming outside in the backyard today, and it's beautiful outside here. Outside of, the little pesky gnats and mosquitoes trying to come over here and join the stream, having a good time, definitely having some fun. That's why I say, if you guys see me doing this every once in a while, that's why, because I'm swatting these bad boys away. Dino, what's up, man? Thank you for joining the chat. Good to see you today, man. How's your day going? Happy Memorial Day. Wait, Carrie, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. I just thought about that. Why are you working on Memorial Day? Where do you work? What job maybe restaurants. Yeah, restaurants. My restaurant is closed today. We're always closed every Monday, so you know what I mean? But like, where do you work that they're open? Like, it has to be a restaurant, I'm assuming. Like, I'm just gonna assume that, because only fucking restaurants would be open on a holiday such as today. Because, yeah, they're always open on almost every holiday for the most part. Yeah, it is. It's very beautiful out, Carrie. Said it's like 78 degrees there in New York. Yeah, I want to say it's around the same here, in all honesty, here in PA, honestly. Because I think the peak it hit was probably like high, like, let's say low 80s. Right now, it feels like a really cool 75. No, I'm now actually. I looked over to the side. It's saying on my computer it's 88 degrees here. Does not feel like it. There's no humidity though. That's why. Feels. This is probably the best 88 degrees I've ever felt. Shit. It's really beautiful. Pharmacy ghosty. Okay, got it. Here's the funny part. Our pharmacy closed at 2. So wait, why do you gotta work? Like, why? Why can't you have off of work? Like, it's Memorial Day. You should be having off of work, cooking out on the grill, having some good food, cracking some beers, having a few shots, enjoying the company of your friends and your peers and all that, hitting the chat box here. Like, that's bullshit that they got you working on, on Memorial Day. That's not right. It's not fair. Conrad says it's beautiful out here in Texas. I imagine, like, man, Texas, I heard, is like always nice weather for the most part. I've always wanted to take a trip to El Paso, Texas. I get it. Okay, Karen, got you. We are a convenience store. It is convenient for us to be open. Yep. Always. It always is. Our industries, our industries, because what do they call it? Essential. They're essential. They're essential businesses. So, we must always be open. You know what I mean? Even if it's a catastrophe outside. If there's a way we can make it into work, they will make us come to work. So that's crazy though. But hey, you say you get time and a half. That's good. At least that is worth it. At least they made it worth it, you know what I mean, to come into that. Some jobs don't even do that. Some jobs don't even offer that. They'll just be like, hey, yeah, we're open Memorial Day. You gotta come to work. And it's just like, why? Oh wait, do I get time and a half? No. Well, am I getting overtime? No. It's crazy. Fuck it, get that money, girl. Get that money. Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh my god. They got to get that money, yo. Yep, you is not lying. You know it. They got to get that. They got to get that cheddar bacon fry order in. They definitely do for sure, man. Definitely. The essential businesses, they never sleep. Money never sleeps. They are the Wall Street of the world, in all honesty. They make money every day, all day. They are open most likely 7 days a week, unless there's like a real catastrophe, like let's say the roof is coming down in the building. Then they'll close. And this is the funny thing about like convenience stores and stuff like that, because I've seen it, especially here in New York. Like the roof will cave in. They'll close the store for a couple hours and then say, oh, we'll be reopening later in the evening. They don't even take the whole day off. They hurry up, get maintenance in there to fix the issue, and it's just like, all right, we're back open. Hey, guys, come to work. Craven, something scary. My man, what's going on, buddy? Hey, guys, hope everyone is having a great day. I'm having a fantastic day so far, buddy. I hope you're having a great day as well, my friend. It is beautiful outside. I'm streaming outside, which is why you might see me swatting away some gnats every once in a while. But it was too beautiful outside. I said, you know what? I know how to finagle, my surroundings. I can set up the green screen outside. I want to be outside, in the backyard with the birds, the mosquitoes, the squirrels, and stream from outside and enjoy my time with you guys from outside in the backyard here today. It's a beautiful day out. I couldn't pass up this opportunity, in all honesty. Too beautiful. Because it gets to like I'm a profusive sweater, and like I get really, really hot. And the humidity here is not bad. It's no humidity almost here. If it was super humid outside, I would not be able to do this, because instantly, you guys, I would be looking like Goldmember from Austin Powers. You would see nothing but glisten. No, better yet, I'd be looking like Edward Cullen from fucking Twilight, because all you'd see is an array of glisten, like, because of how much I'd be sweating. Like, any bit of humidity that touches my skin, I instantly break out. It's ridiculous. So I'm very, very fortunate that the humidity is not booming, and that I get to enjoy being outside and doing this stream with you guys today. Don't get many opportunities like this, especially here in good old Pennsylvania. And happy Memorial Day, Craven, buddy. What do you got going on today, Craven? You grilling? You cooking out on the grill, man? What you got cooking up out there, man? Yeah, Yeah, Carrie, that is so true. That's so true for sure. They never close. Never. Never. So true. Never close. You would think with all the millions and billions of dollars, let's really be honest, they make, that closing for one damn day wouldn't be a problem. But no, they don't play that shit. They're like, nope, money never sleeps. We're here. We're open all the time. We could sit here and the entire roof could cave in. Guess what? We're going to hire maintenance to get this done in mere hours, and then we'll be open in the evening. So don't get too comfortable in your pajamas, if you have a half day at home, because you will be called into work at some point when you're working for a restaurant or a convenience store like Carrie does. Our industries never close. It's ridiculous. They never close for the most part. I say I am fortunate that where I work here at the Copper Crust here in New York, we get our days off are Sunday and Mondays. So I'm fortunate that today, Memorial Day, landed on a Monday, and I got to have off. So. Thank you, Carrie. Everybody press that like button. Yes, please press that like button. Definitely helps out a ton, guys. All right, Carrie, I will see you later, girl. She says, all right, got to punch into work. Time to adult now. See you, Craven, at 5:30. Carrie, I will see you later, girl. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. Appreciate all the love and support you provide my channel, Carrie. Honestly, very good peoples. Oh yeah, and speaking of which, I got to hit you up on IG about those drawings for my friend I was telling you about. I got to finish that conversation with you for sure. Okay, yeah, Craven says just grilling up a new video. I know that's right, buddy. Another Stu video coming out today. Nice. It's funny you say that because I'm doing one as well. It's from an article that I found on Screen Rant that I found very, very fascinating as to how we can have how we can have Stu back in Scream 6 as opposed to waiting for Scream 7. You know what I mean? And I like the article. I like whoever. I had to I'm gonna mention whoever did the article. I have to go back and reread it. But I think that they made a pretty valid point. Especially in terms of freshness. So definitely that article caught my intrigue, and I want to talk about it for sure. Definitely. Definitely want to talk about that for sure. That Screen Rant article definitely got my blood flowing to talk about some Stu. And like I said, the person who did the article, I think they have a very valid point as to why it kind of would make a little bit more sense to bring Stu back in 6 than maybe 7. So I'll be dropping that later on tonight as well. But you already know, Craven, I will be checking your video out as well. I'll be waiting for that, buddy. I'll be on standby for that. That's right. Always repping that Stu train. That's right. Get it up. That's right. Always repping that Stu train. That's right, Craven. Facts, Conrad. Facts. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's going to be fun, you guys. Like, I can't wait for this movie. Time's creeping up fast. Like, I was just saying earlier, Conrad, like, you got to think. We are 4 days away from filming. And we still have no confirmation yet on, if Nev or Courtney is going to be in this movie. But as I said, I'm kind of almost on, this kick to where I'm okay with that. Like, I think, like I said it a few minutes ago when I was going on my rant. I feel like if Courtney and both let me get this right. If both Courtney and Nev is not in this movie, I think it would really help Radio Silence's cause for not only getting different, but it allows so much more room for the character development of Samantha Carpenter, of a Christina Carpenter, of the Meeks Martins twins, of Tara. Like, that leaves so much runtime to develop these characters. And I'm slowly but surely, as much as I love Nev Campbell and I want to see her in a Scream movie, As much as I love Courtney Cox and want to see her in a Scream movie, I am slowly but surely being more content with, okay, if they're not going to be in it, I'm not going to be mad. I'm not going to be disappointed. Let's see what we have to offer if that is the case. You know what I mean? I'm willing to give it more of a shot than maybe I ever did before. You know what I mean? We're asking these guys to put their imprint on it. This is how they can put their imprint on it, by not having Courtney or Nev in this movie. We'll see. We'll definitely see for sure. Raven says, sounds great, man. Look forward to seeing it. Absolutely, buddy. And I will be looking forward. I'll be on the lookout for your video as well. Or whatever. I'm sure. What time are you going to have that bad boy uploaded, Craven? What do you think about? Like 5 something? Damn gnats. I need to invest. When I decide to go live outside, I'm going to invest in me some tiki torches. So if you guys happen to see on the next stream, if I'm outside, you know what I mean? If I'm doing a stream from outside, if you see tiki torches burning up, you know why. Like, these gnats are getting annoying. But I don't want to go back inside. So we're going to deal with it. Conrad says, shit, if y'all lived here, I could have invited y'all over for some food. Oh, hell yeah. I the same advice for me, like, if we all lived in the same area or like close to each other. Hold on, quick lag. I see it's a lag. There we go. But if we all, you know what I mean, did like live at least like I want to say close enough to where it was like a half hour, 45-minute drive or something like that. Oh, I'd fucking check you. I'd head over, you know what I mean, and check you guys. I always said, you know, hey, you guys want to come over here, have a big get together and stuff like that? Absolutely. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Definitely would be good for some bonding, some in-person bonding. That's why I cannot wait. I cannot wait for Monster Mania in Jersey. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to meet everybody that's going to be there and that's going out of, you know, the community, out of our core group, you know, that talk to each other, that, you know, see each other on these streams and, you know, engage with each other. I cannot wait to meet y'all in person. Like, you know what I mean? I can't, you know what I mean? It's going to be fun. You know what I mean? It's going to really be fun, especially because we're showing up into an event and we're sharing our passion with each other. We love these horror movies. We love the characters, and yeah, it's going to be fun at Monster Mania, you know, being able to meet up with people that, you know, we talk to on these live streams and stuff like that, and just being able to bond the way we do on these live chats and stuff like that and on these live streams in person. Definitely, for sure. Conrad says, I'm a firm believer of less is more. I want to see new characters getting a lot of shine. I agree. I want to see Nev get just a little bit of screen time, though, but not too much. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think that Screen Rant article that I read earlier that I'm going to do a video about, I think it's very fascinating. And like I said, if let's say if Stu does come back in 6, we'd almost have to have Nev back in 6. At what capacity, that will remain to be seen. But like I said, I'm gonna delve into it in the video later. You know what I mean? I'm gonna delve into the video. I have a crazy but unique idea for that. You know what I mean? You know, I think if they do try to bring Stu back in 6, you have to have Nev back in this movie. You just have to. Even if you don't have Courtney, you have to have Nev. So yeah, definitely. I'm going to talk about it in that video later, Conrad. I don't want to spoil anything from the video from my barbaric kind. You know, I want it to be placed in that video. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. So we'll you'll definitely get to, you know, hear my opinion on that later in terms of Cindy being in Scream 6. Because now with that Screen Rant article, I'm just going off the premise that if Stu is in Scream 6. We're going to get Nev back in this movie, and maybe I just feel like this. the reason why I'm a little iffy about it is if you're gonna have Stu come back, you kind of almost have to have Nev be a big focal point. And I just don't know if she is gonna be a big focal point in 6. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens, guys. Like, it's gonna be funny. Ooh, Craven, thank you for FYI. My Stu video will be up in about an hour. My man, all right, yes, I will be checking that out, buddy, for sure. Definitely. I can't wait for that to come out. Oh, Craven. Let me get my voice. Let me get my voice ready. I'll be there, even though I stumble my way. I'll be there. My voice is so cracky right now. It sounded so terrible. Craven, I will be there tonight for sure. For sure, I will be there, buddy. I'm not missing this Monday's live stream like I missed last Monday's live stream and had to catch the replay and stuff. I will definitely be there and stuff. But obviously last week me missing last week's live stream was for a good cause. So it was my niece's birthday, and as I'd stated, she was going through some health issues for a while there and stuff, so I wasn't able to see her for a while. So I was fortunate that I did get to spend some time with her on her birthday and stuff like that, and she's getting healthier and things are like on the up and up and stuff like that. So, but absolutely, definitely will be there tonight, Craig. Definitely, buddy. Craven cracking you up. Glad I can crack you up, Craven. I'm glad. I love making people laugh. Honestly, I do. I feel like I was sent here in so many ways when I was born. I was created to make people laugh. Like, for real. I don't know why. Even if I don't intentionally try to do it, I don't know. I'm a funny son of a bitch, I guess. I just am. But definitely, Craven. Yes, we'll be there tonight, my friend. I agree, Conrad. Let's get some of these new characters to legacy status like Cindy. I agree. I agree with that. I'm on board with that. Absolutely. Dino, I love Craven Stu videos. Oh, hell yeah, man. Listen, I love all of Craven's videos because, like I said, and I'll say it again, you know what I mean? I always say it. What really make me hit that subscribe button when I first started listening to Craven was the attention to detail. You know what I mean? The attention to detail is so pivotal in these type of videos when you're having theories and discussions and stuff like that. Attention to detail is so important. And in my opinion, Craven does that like to a T. He might do it better than anybody I've seen so far in the community, honestly. That's what got me hooked to his channel and his videos, is he is so attention to detail. And I respect that because I try my best to be as that way as best as I can. You know what I mean? We all make mistakes along the way. It's going to happen. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. But in terms of like really being attention to detail, and especially in dialogue, and when he's explaining something, he really does a good job of making you understand what he's trying to say and accomplish. So I love all of Craven's videos, man. He does a phenomenal job. But his Stu videos are really special for sure, because you know that that's his guy, and you can hear and see the passion that he puts into those Stu videos for sure. Absolutely. Maverick Media, what's up, man? How you doing, man? How you doing today? How you feeling today, Maverick? What's up, Marcus? Hey, everyone. Happy Memorial Day, Maverick. Hope you're having a really fun-filled Memorial Day, and I hope you're eating a lot of good food and spending time with some family and friends. Thank you for stopping by. Exactly. There you go, Conrad. That right there. I love Craven's style that he puts into his Stu videos. Yes, absolutely. Yes. I like the style he puts into all his videos. Like, Craven's the man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to sit there and like sugarcoat it or nothing. Like, that's genuine right there. Like, I enjoy watching every single one of his videos, honestly. Like, Seriously. And Craven, being that you're here, even Mom now is a fan of you. If I'm not mistaken, if she's not, I'll have to, I'll have to show her how to subscribe. Mom is kind of, mom's not into, the newer school stuff, you know what I mean, in terms of operating and knowing how to, subscribe to certain things or whatnot and all that stuff. So I might have to help her. But Mom is a fan of yours as well, Craven. Like I had her watching a couple of your videos. I was binge watching a couple of your videos one day, and then I was watching I think it was a replay of the replay of the collective when you and Fate were going back and forth about Stu and stuff, because I wanted to watch that and I hadn't watched it yet, and I seen it, and so I turned it on, and Mom was sitting there watching it with me, and she's like, Marcus, who's the guy on the top right or whatever? I said, oh, that's Steven from Craven Something Scary. I said, that's the one I really support and I really like and stuff. Not saying I don't support the others, but that's my favorite out of, the whole collective that I like to watch and stuff like that. And she's like, I really, really like him. I really like his point of views and, how he, presents his conversation and what he's trying to say, etc. So Mom is even a fan of you, Craven. So, you know what I mean? I think she even said, yeah, the next live stream that I do, because I mentioned it to you, Craven, I'm going to have to send out the link and stuff like that, get it put together. But for my birthday, I want to do a live stream and stuff like that, have like a little birthday bash, and I want you to be a part of it and stuff like that. And Mom said she would like to meet you, through live stream and say hi and stuff like that. So you can definitely put that together if you're down, buddy. No doubt, man. For sure. You deserve it, buddy. For sure, man. You're great at what you do. You know what I mean? When you're great at what you do, you deserve all the appreciation and all the adulation, man. Because listen, and I refer back to this all the time. It's like Jimmy Johnson, the old school Dallas Cowboys coach, when he finally got inducted into the Hall of Fame. It's something he said, when you put in the time and you put in the work, it's just so invigorating to know that people see that passion that you put into it and appreciate it. You know what I mean? So definitely, man. Definitely. You deserve it, man. You work hard, Craven, like really hard, man. Like I said, you'll sit there and you'll stream all night, get like 2-3 hours of sleep, and then you're back either live streaming or you're uploading a video. Like you put in that work, my man. I respect the hell out of your hustle. Respect the hell out of it. Guys chatting it up and stuff. Maverick, everything. Let me see what Maverick says. So what's up, Maverick? Seems like you're having a great day, my friend. You know what I mean? Oh, hold the hell on. Hold on. Man, Maverick, I know your knee is you know what I mean, I know you're going through some stuff with, issues with your knee and stuff. Man, I commend you for, working through that shit, man. I know that's got to be difficult. I commend you, Maverick. Like shit. I know that. I know that's got to be pretty difficult, man. Working on a surgically repaired knee and shit like that. That's just got to be rough. So definitely a shout out to you, Maverick, for making it into work today and stuff, and grinding it out and putting in that work, man. For sure. David, that is so awesome, Marcus. I would love to do that. Absolutely, buddy. Yeah, we'll definitely make it happen, man. That is awesome, for sure. Thank you again so much. I'm so grateful. No doubt, man. No doubt. You deserve it, Craven. You deserve it. Absolutely, man. No doubt about it. You're a good man, my friend. You're a good man. You're a good man, my friend. I don't care what Devontae tries to say about you. We have to get that laughing, buddy. I don't give a damn what Devontae says about you, Craven. You're a good man. And don't feel bad because Devontae has a lot to say about me too. Well, hold on. You know what? Hey, old timer, Mom, come out here real quick. Craven isn't in a live. He's in a live panel, but he's in the live chat, and he said to tell Mom I said hello. So if you'd like to say hello, Craven, there you go.
Hi, Craven. Hi.
Say hello to the chat. Say be nice. Ooh, be careful.
Hi, everyone. Nice seeing you. Thank you. That makes me feel like a celebrity.
Oh my goodness. You get on my nerves. I swear to God, Mom.
Especially with Craven.
Mom walks away from the stream after saying hello to Craven, and she's like, "That makes me feel like a celebrity."
I just adore him.
Oh man.
I adore your other friend too.
Oh man. Oh, that's good stuff. Oh my goodness. Oh man, Bob. Gotta love it. Gotta love the mothers, man. Gotta love the mothers. Oh man.
And stop calling me old time.
Hey, it is what it is. Hey, don't feel bad. I'm getting up there too.
I will never be old.
Yeah, okay. Well, listen. Your age says different.
Shut the hell up. Come on, Donald. Come on, Mama.
Everybody in chat and Craven says hello, Mom.
Hello.
Oh man.
How am I adoring him?
And Craven, Mom says she adores you.
Yes, I do. I like you when I first seen you. I was like, Marcus, I like him. Come on, sweetie.
Craven, Conrad says I'm dead.
I'm dead.
Yeah, like basically we're laughing, like he's laughing with us and stuff. Yeah, man. Mom is definitely a trip for sure. You know what I mean? That's where I get my sense of humor from, in all honesty. Oh man.
Come on, guys.
Craven says, "Oh, thank you so much, Mom."
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Who, Bobby?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bob's good peoples. Bob is really good peoples. I really enjoyed me and Bob's camaraderie for sure. Yeah. You know what I mean? I like Bob a lot. He's a good guy.
I like the rest of you.
I'm gonna have you say that on the live stream when you come on.
My two favorites.
Yeah, and I want you to say it just how you say it, how you just said that.
Oh, I will. They are my two favorites.
Oh man.
Come on, guys.
Oh, I appreciate that, Dino. Hold on, I'm gonna put this comment up. Dino said, "I hope she knows she must be a great mom to have raised such an awesome son." I greatly appreciate that. No, she definitely was a great mother. You know what I mean? In all honesty, she was. You know what I mean? No, nothing's ever perfect, but you can't expect perfection in life. You know what I mean? I am honestly blessed to say that, you know what I mean? Through ups and downs, you know, I have a parent that, you know, genuinely loves me and cares about me. You know what I mean? So thank you for that, Dino. That does mean a lot, honestly. You know what I mean? Definitely, for sure. You know what I mean? And I will put this plug in there. If it wasn't for Mama Dukes, I would not be. I'm not saying I wouldn't be a horror fan. I just don't know if I'd be into it the way I grew into it. You know what I mean? Because it was Mom, you know, who basically put the battery pack in my back. You know what I mean? So, come on. This was all Mom's doing. You know what I mean? And all my love for horror all was because of Mom. Every single Friday when she'd get off of work, you know, before my sister came in and messed everything up. You know what I mean? Love you, sister. But this before my sister came in and messed everything up. You know what I mean? Every single Friday, when she would get home from work, we had across the street, there was a pizza shop that was a video store, and right next door to it was across the street from it was a penny candy store. And every weekend we would go rent horror movies, get pizza, candy, and have a blast. So Mama Dukes, in all honesty, is the reason and the creator of not only what you see today, but the reason why I am a big fan of horror movies. She groomed me well. She groomed me well. I know that's right, Mom.
Come on, guys. Mama.
All right. Maverick, I know that's right, Maverick. He says, laughing emojis, those damn sisters mess everything up.
She gonna get you. You
Uh,
gonna be scared.
I'm not gonna lie, if my sister happens to catch this stream or this part of the stream, she is most likely gonna call me and cuss me out. Not in a bad way, but it'd be like, yo, like, oh yeah, it's like that. Like, you know what I mean? She's gonna have a say for sure. Oh man. Good stuff, you guys. Good stuff. Good stuff for sure. Good stuff.
Rosie. Come on, Mama.
Kramer says, okay, guys, gotta run, but great hanging with you. See you on the collective tonight and my live stream, and have a great rest of the day. You too, Craven. Like I said, I will be definitely looking out for your Stu video here within the next hour, and I will be catching you later, sir, on your live stream. And you said the collective as well. So looks like I got a 2-for-1 special tonight with Craven. Yeah, it's going down. You know what I mean? I'll be there. I will be there for the third Craven. I'll catch you later, my man. And thank you for stopping by the stream and hanging out and showing all the support you do, my man. I greatly appreciate it, honestly. Much love and respect for you, my man. Right, Conrad? Like, yeah, man. Like, absolutely. I remember the days of getting my favorite horror movies, and if a pizza shop was next door, we would get some pizza. Hell yes, man. Absolutely. Those were the days. Honestly, those were the days. Oh, man. God, what I'd love. I wish we had a real life click remote like how Adam Sandler had in the movie, so that whenever we wanted to go back to a certain point in life, we could just do it. And then if obviously, transport back into real time, we could. I wish we had that luxury, in all honesty. Like, man, those were the days. Oh, some motorcycles passing. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man, definitely. And the penny candies, you couldn't go wrong with the penny candy store. You know what I mean? Like, man, I remember what used to be able to get bags of candy like this. Bags of candy like that for maybe what? $1? You know what I mean? Like, it was insane back in the day. Like, penny candies was a shit too, man. That's why we all used to get cavities as kids. They spoil us with all the cheap candy. They don't do it no more, obviously. Everything's, inflated and prices are up. But, man, back in the day, it was fun. It was fun while it lasted. Conrad says, our pizza isn't as good. But our pizza isn't as good as pizza in the East Coast, though. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, everybody everywhere is different, man. I mean, I remember when we went to Ohio, me and my friend Sierra for Horror Hound Weekend and stuff. And one of my big things that I wanted to do, especially me working in the restaurant industry for so long, is I wanted to try out some of their food and see what their style was and stuff. And safe to say, I wasn't really impressed. You know what I mean? At least at the place I went to, you know what I mean? She had ordered baseball bats with cheese cream and stuff like that, base pretzel with cheese, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. That's what they were. They were pretzel baseball bats that were supposed to be with beer cheese. And let me tell you something. Beer cheese is like my favorite cheese, other than Gouda cheese. You know what I mean? I'm a big fan of beer cheese. And she sat there and tasted it and was like, she looked at me and was like, I want you to taste this and tell me if that tastes like beer cheese to you. I took a taste of myself and I was like, that is not no fucking beer cheese. And it was runny and there was no thickness to it, nothing. Like, everywhere is different, especially in terms of like food and culture and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I can honestly see that being the case, in all honesty, Conrad, because everywhere is different. You know what I mean? Every place is different. You know what I mean? Like, but definitely, like, I wasn't that impressed, with Ohio's food, unfortunately, at all. You know what I mean? Other than the Waffle House. The Waffle House is just a Waffle House. A Waffle House is amazing. Love them. I love Waffle House's food. Any state that has a Waffle House, you will most likely catch Marcus at that Waffle House. So, guys, if I happen to be in your state at any point in time, you know what I mean, and I let you guys know I'm in your state, and you guys want to find me, catch me at your local Waffle House, because I'll most likely be there for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, because I love the Waffle House. Waffle House bands. Ooh, Conrad. See, man, let me tell you something, man. That's something around here that I wish somebody said, I think there's a restaurant that's called Azteco something out here in PA and New York. And a lot of people say it's really good Mexican food and stuff, but I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm iffy about that. You know what I mean? Me being a quarter Hispanic, you know what I mean? I'm really like picky in terms of like when it comes to authentic Spanish and Mexican food, because I love Mexican food as well. You know what I mean? I think Mexican food is one of the most underrated, foods in, the world, in my opinion. I don't think Mexican food gets enough credit. I don't think it gets the credit that Hispanic foods get. Because you look at almost everywhere, especially like here in PA, you'll find a lot of like Hispanic run, food corner stores, rice and beans, and stuff like that. The normal, what Hispanics, us Hispanics like to make. I mean, not saying that obviously Mexicans make the same, but they have their own spin on it. We know this, Conrad. We have our own spin on our foods. But in my opinion, like Mexican food is like one of the most underrated foods like in the world, in my opinion. I love authentic Mexican fucking food. And it is so hard to find that, like, especially here. Because I remember going out to a place out East End here called Guadalajara or whatever. And it said, authentic Mexican restaurant. And I'm like, oh man, like I know Guadalajara is a real city in Mexico. So that really piqued my interest. I'm like, hey, maybe that's like legit, you know what I mean? And stuff like that. Maybe this is like authentic, legit stuff. And I remember going there and I was so disappointed. I could have went to my local corner store and got some better Mexican or Spanish food, whatever. And stuff, basically Spanish food, because we don't have Mexican corner store based foods here. Why? I don't know. I would love for that to happen. You know what I mean? But I was just very, very disappointed. You know what I mean? With, the experience I had here. I would love to find a place around my parts that has legit, authentic Mexican food. I love Mexican food. I do. Damn it, Conrad. You're making me hungry for Mexican food right now. Give me a quick second, guys. I gotta make sure my dog isn't, roaming too far or wandering too far away. Don boy. Come here, Don boy. No, he's good. He's right here. That's my boy. That's right, Don boy. That's your good boy. Yeah, that's right, boy. That's your good boy. That's right, buddy. Just making sure you're all right. You having fun? You running around the yard? You playing, man? Yeah, that's why I came out here today, too, so you can get some sun and run around and enjoy this big old yard. Get you up out the house, Don boy. With a smile on your face. Such a good dog. Yes, Conrad, Waffle House is a good place. Yes, they are. I love it. Love Waffle House. Conrad says you find a Mexican place at every corner here in Houston. Yeah. I know that, especially in Texas, that is like more demographic wise, is more like Mexican like base and stuff. Absolutely. I am almost certain. I agree with that almost every corner there in Houston has, a Mexican restaurant. I'm all but certain of that, Conrad, for sure. Man, I definitely would like to take a trip out there and see what they got. And I was actually this, Conrad. What do you think the best Mexican spot in Houston is? So that when I come out to Houston, if I make a trip out there, I know where I'm going. And maybe I'll hit you up and we'll link up. Don Boy, get over here, buddy. See, this is why I'm not going to lie to you guys. This is why I love doing Shoot At Me Mondays and stuff. Because obviously we talk about horror movies and stuff, but we also go outside the box and talk about other things too. You know what I mean? That's why I like doing this on Mondays. Just like Shoot At Me Mondays. I mean, yeah, it says live horror talk and stuff, but you guys, you know what I mean? We can talk about food. We can talk about other stuff too. You know what I mean? Just conversation. You know what I mean? I like to consider Mondays like my off day. You know what I mean? So even though we're talking a little bit of horror and stuff, we're also talking about other things too. So, you know what I mean? I like that. I like that we're vibing like that. I will say this though. I'll ask this question, and I want you guys in the chat to let me know what you guys. I'll ask you this: if you, because there's a lot of speculation about a new Saw coming out with John Kramer, and it's supposed to be like a prequel, etc., etc. If you were the Saw franchise, right, would you revisit and go back in time just to bring Tobin Bell back from one last hurrah? Or would you capitalize on some of the success that you had with Spiral? You know what I mean? Because I feel like Spiral was fresh, even though it was obviously a Saw movie. Excuse me, it was better than Jigsaw. And the story, it left so many possibilities open as to could old characters from the Saw franchise be incorporated into the Spiral series? Like, we have to think, because who helped Shank? Who helped Shank with the traps? He had to have help, right? He didn't do that by himself. So I want you guys in the chat to let me know what you guys think about the Saw franchise possibly going back to John Kramer, bringing him back. Do you like the move in terms of a prequel or whatever? Or would you rather see them to continue the Spiral series and incorporate old characters from the old Saw franchise into the new Spiral series? I think that would be the better way to go. Let me know what you guys think about that, though. Let me know what you guys think about that, because I from what I'm hearing, they're really trying to bring Tobin back for a prequel, and I'm just like, why? Like, we don't need to do that. You know what I mean? Like, we let the man live. You know what I mean? Let him live in peace. Nifa's Mexican restaurant. Okay. Thank you, Conrad, for the plugs. Oh, you gave me 2 of them. Ooh. It's always good to have multiple. Las Haciendas and Ninfas. Got you. Ninfas Mexican restaurant. Okay. Yes. Good shit, Conrad. Thank you. I appreciate that. I love Mexican food, man. I do. I love Mexican food just as much as I love my Spanish food. I agree. It did have that 7-tone to it. I do. It had a little 7-tone to it. I agree with that. I mean, and that's why I really think they should just focus on capitalizing off this new direction with Spiral. You don't need to go back and have a point of view perspective from John Kramer, because that's what supposedly it's supposed to be if they bring him back. We know what his point of view was. We got his point of view through 7 fucking films. We don't need any more point of view. Let the man's character be dead. You know what I mean? Like, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with the Saw, these guys wanting to bring Tobin Bell back. There's no reason for it. You can sit there and say, "Oh, one last hurrah." No, it makes no sense. Absolutely not. Like, I love Tobin Bell. You know what I mean? I love the John Kramer character, but at the same time, I'm a realist. You know what I mean? Like, it just makes absolutely no sense. It didn't make sense in Jigsaw to bring that whole story into the fray. It wouldn't make sense now. You have a good thing going with Spiral. I like the story. You know what I mean? I think you can add old characters that, I mean, because let's be honest, Saw Final Chapter, they left a lot of hanging fruit. There's some loose ends that need to be tied. You know what I mean? We can add some of those old characters like Dr. Gordon, like an Adam, because I made a video about it. I don't believe Adam's dead. You know what I mean? I don't believe he's dead at all. You know what I mean? Maybe Amanda's still somehow alive. I think she's dead, in my opinion. So there's theories out there that she's alive. I don't believe that. You know what I mean? I think she's a goner. You know what I mean? Hoffman, we didn't see Hoffman die in the bathroom. The door just got closed. You know what I mean? So there is potential for old Saw characters to return in the new Spiral series, given the fact that we don't know who helped Shank with the traps. He had help. You're not going to tell me he acted alone. You can tell me that, but you're not going to make me believe that. He did not act alone, especially with the Samuel L. trap. You know what I mean? Especially with the Samuel L. trap. He had to need help to lift him up and to hoist him up in order for, to get the machine to, hoist him up like that. He had to have help. And I think it would just make a better idea if you take some of them old characters that we don't know that if they're dead or not, that we may believe is alive, like an Adam, or characters that we know is alive, like Gordon, like Hoffman. You know what I mean? And reincorporate them back into into the Spiral series. I think that would make more sense than going back in time just to bring John Kramer back for one last time. I'm not on board with that. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about that? Would you guys like to see them go through with the proposed plan of John Kramer returning for a prequel from his point of view in a new Saw movie, or would you like to see them capitalize on some of the older characters in the Saw franchise that either wasn't shown dead or is believed to be alive that was shown to be dead? You know what I mean? All in point, would you like to see some of these old characters be incorporated in the Spiral franchise, being that Shank has to have an accomplice that knows how to set up the traps? He has to. He has to have an accomplice that knows about these traps. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. And then this is going to be the last thing we talk about for today, guys, and I'm going to wrap this stream up. But I definitely want to hear your guys' opinion on this whole matter of the Saw franchise. And eventually, here within the next week or two, I'm gonna do a Saw live stream, and we're gonna do a deep dive omnibus about this and what we would like to see happen with the franchise going forward. I think this is something that we should do a good 3 to 4 hour live stream on, honestly. No, you're right, Dino. And that's why they're fucking doing it, and I hate it because it doesn't need to happen. I really enjoyed Spiral. I did. I thought they have a good template set for how you do a Saw sequel that without John Kramer, without him. That was a good Saw sequel without John Kramer. Jigsaw was terrible. You know what I mean? And all the other Saw movies had John Kramer in it. You know what I mean? Like, even though he wasn't like alive, you know what I mean? Obviously, they had flashback scenes, all that. So Spiral was definitely a really good Saw sequel, in my opinion, without John Kramer. And I don't want them to bring that character. There's no reason to. There's just no reason to. I'd rather see them explain, is Hoffman dead? Is Adam dead? I want to see some of these characters come back into the new Spiral series, because especially if Shank has accomplices, they would easily fit in because they know what they're doing with these traps. They know about the traps because of their past with John Kramer. So absolutely, I think they would fit in so perfect. But you're right, they would do it just because nostalgia sells. Hopefully they back off of it. Conrad, I believe you are right, my friend. I would say capitalize on Spiral. I agree with that. Dino says, I believe studios are getting afraid to strive too far from the originals. I agree with that sentiment, Dino. I agree with that a lot, because this is why they try to always put their imprint on what these creators try to do. Me and Bob was just talking about this last night. Let the creators create. Let them create their movie. These studios are always trying to put their shit into it. Why? Because, like you said, you couldn't have said it any better, Dino. They don't want to strive too far away from the originals. That's the problem we have. But in my opinion, Spiral did a really good job of separating itself from the original Saw franchise. And that was a really good Saw sequel. Loved Chris Rock's performance in that movie. Yeah. No, I'm not down for more John. If it doesn't make sense, I'm really not down with it. Exactly, Dino. Thank you. Yes, exactly. I'm right there with you. And it wouldn't make sense. Like, that chapter is supposed to be over. Now, if you wanted to bring back characters like Gordon, like I said, like Adam, because like I said, I don't think he's dead. You know what I mean? If you wanted to bring back those type of characters that know what they're doing and know about the traps to help Shank, that makes sense. Because I almost think you'd have to have somebody from the past helping you. Unless they come up with this idea that the Book of Saw is John Kramer's book of traps. That could be possible, but I don't know how I'd feel about that. So, but absolutely, I'm not down for more John neither, Dino. Yes, Conrad, Spiral did give us something unique, especially from the Saw universe. Definitely did give us something unique. I agree with that. Yep. They're making excuses to bring back Kramer. Not for that. Yes, absolutely, they are. They are for sure. Absolutely, it's different. Yes, it makes things fresh. Yes, and though the voice, even though I will not lie, the voice of Jigsaw in Spiral, you know what I mean? It kind of left over time. I kind of shied away from it. You had to get different some way. You couldn't have John Kramer's voice doing it. So I respect him for attempting to be different on that notion. Now, I even mentioned it to Bob. In my opinion, the voiceover, like, you know what I mean? The voice, you know what I mean? The voice of Jigsaw and Spiral, I have a feeling that it actually might be a female accomplice doing the voice. It sounds more like a female. That would be like a female voice changer to me. I don't know. You know what I mean? That's the vibe I got off of that. I don't think it was Shank who did the videos. I think it was his accomplice. Who is his accomplice? We don't know. Hopefully we get another Spiral movie and we find out. A little laggy. Okay, we're back. Chris Rock, yes, absolutely. Absolutely, Conrad. He definitely stepped out of his comfort zone and he did amazing at it. Yes, he did. I really loved Chris Rock in this movie, man. Like, he was fantastic. Why? Because he made it so believable as a serious character. He had so much shit going on, obviously, with this case, having to find out these Jigsaw murders. His relationship with his dad was estranged. He didn't have a great relationship. The past of him having a his wife, him going through a divorce with his wife. You know what I mean? His wife cheating on him and his partners, at work, shooting him in the back, he can't trust who he works with. Like, the guy was going through so much shit. He was put through the ringer, and Chris Rock just did such a great job of capturing that part of that character. Like, you seen front and center that this guy was going through it. You did, and you felt him. Like, you felt his pain, especially in the final act scene with his dad. Like, you felt that so hard. You did. When that ending happened, my mouth dropped. I was honestly, that's my favorite spot. That was my favorite Saw ending other than the original, because of the motive and the reasoning and the setup behind it. One way or another, the whole point was for Shank to allow Zeke to witness what he witnessed, which was his own father being murdered right before his eyes by the police. By the same police that obviously they work with. It's insane. I loved that motive. I thought that motive was what they were. I loved it, man. I loved it. For real. Like, that ending to Spiral was so fucking good. Like, it gave me nostalgia of the original Saw in terms of shock when you really realize what the motive is. That's how shocked I was. Like, I was like, wow, that fucking makes sense. Wow. I'm going to make you witness your father being killed right before your eyes the way that I had to endure such pain and suffering. It's great storytelling. Really good storytelling. I will say this. When I knew it was Shank when his murder scene came up, because they didn't show no body. They didn't show him get kidnapped. When that happened, I knew it was him who was the Jigsaw killer. I knew it. Automatically. I remember being in this theater with my sister, and when that part came up, I whispered over to her. I said, it's his partner who's doing it. And she's like, well, what makes you think that? I said, think about it. All the other murders, you've seen the detective get kidnapped. We didn't see him get kidnapped. They made that so obvious. I will say that. It didn't do a good job of making it not obvious after a while that it wasn't Shank. But that, in my opinion, as well as when I went back and watched that movie, I think they purposely did that on purpose. They wanted you to know it was him. But it was real. I really enjoyed that movie. I really did. I really liked Spiral. And I would really like the Saw franchise to focus more on Spiral movies than going back and trying to bring back Tobin Bell just to make some money and nostalgia. I'm just, no. You have a good template for a sequel. You don't get too many of those with these old school horror franchises. Uh-oh. There we go. Let me let it slow down for a second. Uh-oh. Looks like picking up some winds. Might get a little rain. Hope not. But yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I just hope that they start focus on what you have with Spiral. Focus on that. Focus on what you have with Spiral and capitalize on the success that you had with that story. That's what I would say. I don't want to see John Kramer again. We have 7 films to look at John Kramer. I don't want to see him again. I love John Kramer and all, but let that character rest in peace. You know what I mean? Comrade said, wouldn't you say, and I'll answer this question, the last question, and then I'm going to head out for this stream, guys. Wouldn't you say that they were treating him the way they were treating Matt Cordell? I sensed the parallels. Let me puff my cigarette for a few seconds and think about that. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Now that I really had to like dial in and put the two together between Zeke and Officer Matt Cordell from Maniac Cop. For those who don't know who Matt Cordell is, he's the cop in Maniac Cop, the antagonist that movie's based around. I actually did Throwback Thursday talking about that movie. If you guys want to, if you haven't watched it yet, you guys are gonna want to go watch that on my channel. It's there. Yeah, I definitely see the parallels because Zeke is a great cop, and he turned in a dirty cop. And the difference is, if I'm not mistaken, Matt Cordell, I don't think he turned in a dirty cop or whatever, but they framed him for something. Yeah, he was framed for something. Be that as it may, the parallels are there because both characters were done dirty by the Brotherhood that was sworn to protect, that was sworn to have their back. You know what I mean? The same cops that are supposed to be a brotherhood to them and supposed to be a brother to them turn their backs and, cause their life, some hell. Especially for Matt Cordell. They basically left him to die. You know what I mean? And I was like, yeah, the same thing with Zeke too, because they shot, he got shot in his back, during, trying to chase down a criminal. And the nearest partner closest to him that could have helped him decided to leave him there to die, in all honesty. So I agree with that, Conrad. I do. I definitely see the parallels. They definitely was giving him the Matt Cordell treatment in the department. For sure. They didn't like the fact that he was a good cop who turned in a dirty cop. They never liked that. That's because in their mind, that's breaking the brotherhood. It's always a brotherhood till they want to set you up and to take the fall for something. You ever realize that? But definitely, I definitely agree with you, Conrad. I definitely do. I can definitely see the parallels between Matt Cordell and Zeke Banks, for sure. Definitely gave him the Matt Cordell treatment. You know what I mean? Definitely did. I'm not going to lie. I thought they was going to even light him up when he was coming out of the room from beating up Shank. I thought that he was going to get shot when he came out with his hands up. I thought they was going to shoot him in that scene. That would have been an even crazier ending if they would have ended it on that, with Zeke getting shot and then obviously Samuel getting killed, Zeke getting shot, but we don't know if he's dead. That would have been a nice little cliffhanger ending. But I was okay. I was happy with the ending we got, and I hope that they just focus on more Spiral films instead of going back and doing Saw X, and it's going to be a prequel, and it's going to be a prequel based between Saw 1 and Saw 2, and just leave it alone. Let John Kramer rest in peace. Let's focus and continue Zeke Banks' story. That's what I want from the Saw franchise, and from the comments, I think we all can agree with that for sure. Definitely. But on that note, I'm gonna leave it. At that for this stream, you guys. I greatly appreciate you guys coming in with your chats and stuff and your comments and busting it up with me here on Memorial Day. You guys took 2 hours out of your day to hang out with me, and I greatly appreciate that. You didn't have to. Today's a holiday. I'm sure you guys got some family and friends you guys want to hang out with and spend the holiday with. And you guys decided for 2 hours to come spend it with me, and I'm forever humble and grateful for that. But I'm gonna head out for the rest of the day, guys, and obviously get that video of Sue for that Screen Rant article that I read uploaded, as well as obviously make some pit stops, see some of my friends and family that I want to see for Memorial Day, and enjoy this beautiful day of beautiful weather that we have on Memorial Day. And I wish you all the same. You guys enjoy the rest of your Memorial Day. Go have fun, eat some good food, spend time with family and friends, especially the ones in the military. Show your love and compassion for them. Give them all the credit in the world. They deserve it. It's their day. And I will catch you guys on the next one. And always remember, you guys, I shot him 6 times.